This is a Stokke Crusi front wheel. As you can see, the ball bearings are completely shattered on both sides. Today we want to show you how to take the wheel off of the fork in order to replace the ball bearings if you have this sort of a problem. Now the axle runs straight through the wheel, and at least on these older models there's a cap on both sides, which actually can get in handy if you're having trouble removing part of the ball bearing from the axle and thus the wheel entirely off. In order to take these caps off, you need a flathead screwdriver. I recommend starting with a smaller one. You're going to pry in underneath and turn in order to get it up. Note that there might be some damage to the plastic, superficial damage around here. That's to some extent unavoidable. Okay, as you can see on the bottom side of the cap is a lock washer. You do want to pry around carefully on the side so you don't break this, as these are kind of size specific and they're hard to get a hold of. If you damage it, you'll need to put it back on afterwards. Now, provided that you could push this down through and through to the other side, but of course if your ball bearings are shattered, then that inner ring is caught on the inside and that makes it a little bit difficult then to just push the axle out. So in this case, I'm going to also pop off the cap on the opposite side. Go. And what that allows me to do is to more easily separate the wheel out from the fork. Because I can just push this axle through and take the whole thing out. Through just on the sides, I mean. There we have the fork, and now we have the wheel. As you can see, the ball bearing is completely shattered. Ball bearings consist of an outer ring and an inner ring with all the balls in between. So when they shatter, the inner ring has a tendency then to get caught or rusted tightly onto the axle itself. The outer parts are easier to remove. Make sure you take out all the extra little balls that might have gotten stuck in there. And the flat pieces from the ball bearings. Those don't belong in there either. And now you could technically just replace the ball bearings, but of course you need this axle unless you get a hold of another axle. So in order to remove these, you can do one of two things. You can spray a little bit of WD-40 in here and then use a vise to hold it and knock it out with a hammer. What you might wind up doing though is damaging the outside part here, in which case you would need to Dremel it down again enough so that you can slide it through new ball bearings and so on. A better option is to slice off this inner ring using like a Dremel with a cutting wheel or something of that sort in order to release the pressure and then take it off. We have another video where we do this for Baby Zen. You can look up how to remove the remaining parts of ball bearings from the back wheel of Baby Zen. It's the exact same process here. Then you could slice out this, what's left of this, in order to completely replace the ball bearings. Afterwards, of course, you can just put it back together, reversing the process. Put your new ball bearings in, slide this in with the fork, of course, and then you would just hammer these back on, either using a rubber mallet, or you can take a little teaspoon and put it over the cap and use a hammer in order to preserve that curve. If you would like to see this, leave a comment. We have other videos showing the exact same process on other wheels, and I can of course do it on this wheel as well. In any case, that is how you disassemble the front wheel of a Stokke Crusi in order to remove bad ball bearings and replace them with fresh ones. We hope this video was useful to you, and if it was, we ask you subscribe as it helps us continue making videos in the future. Thank you.